What is up, Hey Nation? Welcome back to Talking to the Fans, episode 42. I believe we're on 42. 42 for Jackie Robinson, obviously. But yeah, a lot of stuff is changing. I am doing the podcast through Zoom now. I was just doing the podcast where I hold the phone up like this to the screen. That didn't work very well. I know you guys didn't really like that, so I decided to transfer to Zoom, and we'll see how this first episode works. But first of all, I want to say welcome back. And first of all, or second of all, I want to say the sponsor. I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor of the episode, Real. Go check out Real. Best sports app ever, better than ESPN. Go check it out, or else you will regret it. So yeah, let's get into things. Today we got Diego Blanco. If you guys are in my Instagram lives, you guys would know him very well. And also he started editing accounts since the last time he's been back on here. Yes, he's been on here before, but he started editing account Dodgers Legacy. So what's up, bro? Welcome back.
Yeah, what's up? It's been a long time, honestly, seeing these. The last time I was on this was first episode of the lockdown.
Yeah, first episode I released of the lockdown, which was 6 months ago. And to be honest, it's been a long time since I released an episode. So I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be able to do this again.
Yep.
So yeah, let's start talking baseball like we do on here.
Yep.
First topic I want to talk about is Joey Gallo's success. Obviously, Joey Gallo, like as a Yankee, didn't put up the best numbers, but ever since he's been a Dodger, he has just put up a lot of numbers. He threw a guy out at home plate from left field today against the Marlins for the Dodgers. But just overall, he's been on great success ever since he's put on the Dodger uniform. So as a Dodger fan as yourself, Diego, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's good that like Joey Gallo is doing something good for a team. Like, he wasn't good in the Bronx as a Yankee, and I've been told this so many times, and I know it's true that Dodgers know how to develop good like players that didn't used to be good to now who they are. I'm gonna give some examples, like Trace Thompson, Chris Taylor, um, Max Muncy, Justin Turner, like players that we used to have, like and Joey. And since Joey Gallo left the Yankees, I think it's been kind of a curse for them because they're struggling.
Yeah,
And honestly,
they're struggling big, which leads us into our next topic, the New York Yankees. Obviously their success has not been great. I believe 10-20 in their last 30 games. They just have gone downhill in the standings and just as a team.
Yeah, I mean, I expected to be like number 2 this entire year as a Dodger fan. I didn't expect, or at least first at some point in the year. Now we currently are in record standing, if you know what I mean. But the Yankees, how they've been struggling, it's just really surprising because they've just been a dominant team all this year. I know they'll claw their way back to like division title and probably hope and like I mean, possibly. I don't know if they can't play the way they're playing, how they used to. They possibly can't even make it to after the ALDS.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. And if they do, I don't see them making it to the World Series. I see Houston kicking them, and the World Series either being Houston versus LA or Houston
Or the
versus
Braves.
Atlanta.
Or it could also, there's a really bold prediction people are saying that I've been hearing around like the web and everywhere. Possibly the Blue Jays versus the Astros in the ALCS.
Which wouldn't be a bad series, to be honest. And the Astros played the Jays earlier this year, and that series was pretty good in Houston. They had series in both Toronto and Houston, but the Houston series was pretty good. Jeremy Pena in the finale of that series hit a walk-off 2-run homer to center. I'm sure you guys remember that pretty well. But just overall, that series is a great series, and I think if the Jays play Houston in the NLCS, that series is a huge factor to what's going to happen.
In the ALCS, yeah, that would be, I don't know how far that would go to, but both really good teams. If they do play in the ALCS, then it depends. Like the Jays are kind of hungry for another series win, like to go even possibly go back to the World Series. Astros have already been there like
They've been
three,
there 3
four.
times in the last 5 years. So
Yeah, exactly. And out of those times, after they cheated, sorry to bring it up, since they cheated, they've just not have won the World Series.
yeah, because 2019 they lost to the Nationals in 7 games. Howie Kendrick hit a clutch home run to give the Nationals the lead in that game 7. If y'all don't remember, but
Yep.
and we just saw it this past year, Astros versus the Braves. They couldn't get anything going with the bats. I feel like that was the huge factor. And the Astros, let's recap this. Astros scored 1 run in game 1. They scored, yes, they did score like 5 runs, or no, they scored 7 runs in game 2. But I mean, obviously, one game's not gonna change the series fully, and that was just
Yeah.
game 2. So the series is tied. And going to Atlanta, the Astros are or the Astros lose to the Braves in game 3 in Atlanta 2-0. And then game 4, we all know what happened. Dansby Swanson and Jorge Soler's back-to-back home runs. And just again in that game, the Astros couldn't get any offense going. We saw it. Only 2 runs put up on the board, 1 in the first inning and 1 in the 4th inning on a Jose Altuve home run. And then in game 5, that was really their big game, like offensively. They scored 9 runs. They were able to come back from an Adam Duvall grand slam in the first inning. And I mean, yeah, like game 5 for them, they won 9-5. The bats were really good. But in game 6, we obviously carried that game. It lost or in won 7-0. So I think that full series for the Astros in 2021, the full World Series, I think it was because of offensive struggles why they didn't win or at least play better.
Yeah.
So yeah, which leads us into our next topic. Cheating scandal has been breaking, and there's been a lot of rumors that the Mets are cheating right now
With corked bats. Oh my.
I'll start with you. What's your opinion on the whole situation with the Mets right now?
So yeah, I have been hearing this too, that there possibly can be cheating with cork bats because cork bats help with their swing in a lot of key situations. And if they have any proof or evidence that if a bat broke and they see a cork, because I don't know if anyone remembers from a long time ago, I don't know what it was, but back then when someone used to their bat broke, there was a cork in it, and they got suspended for like a couple of games. So if this happens for the Mets, they could honestly just be like the Astros. They could honestly just get rid of their manager, their GM, like possibly even their players. Like it's not looking good here right now.
No, it's not. And one thing for MLB, if you're a Mets fan, I think you should be worried if this is going to come out true about suspensions, because I think MLB, going back on it, should have done a better job with the whole Astro scandal as far as like suspensions for players go. I'm not saying like suspend them for a full season, but let them be suspended and they can like pick the games that they're suspended for, but they have to be consecutively. I think that would be a pretty good thing, pretty good consequence for the Mets. Like you don't have to, like you just have to get through 5 games during the season suspended where you can't be in the dugout or maybe even be in the stadium at all. Maybe even 10 games, just depending on how bad the player cheated.
As Bellinger said once for the Astros scandal, Manfred was weak on their punishment. Can you do the same thing for the Mets if possible?
We'll see, but I'm not going to get too much into the Manfred situation because I'm doing my best here to support MLB
Yep.
and what they want to do. But
Let them do what they want to do.
yeah. Next topic is actually going to be your account. I want to talk to you about your account. Like, what kind of made you like decide to start up as an editor? Like, you haven't really done much yet, but what's kind of making you think about that whole process and starting through and like posting every day like I do?
Honestly, I think it's just honestly because of you. Honestly, like the way you do your edits and the way you have the passion for baseball editing. Like you've been doing this for let's see, like what 3-4 years now, maybe 2.
It's only been like probably like 15 months, but hopefully it'll
15
be
months,
staying 3 to 4 years.
hopefully soon. And I don't know, like it's it's kind of cool. Like the way you've been doing this and you do this from day to day, every single day. You try and get something out, and honestly, it just wants to try and make me do better in it. Like I made a couple of edits. I haven't posted in like let's see, a month now. I've been pretty busy when it comes to my account. Like busy is it's the summer. I've got doing stuff with my family. July was really busy. That was the month of my birthday, so it was kind of hard to post a lot of edits. And now currently in a week and a half, I have to go to a wedding, so it's gonna be hard to not post. So my goal is to maybe try and post edits and stuff around the school year, which I don't think would be so stressful because I'll have work to do and all. And it still makes me think that like, okay, and edits also kind of like homework, if you know what I mean, like to focus on. So I feel like I'm just gonna probably do edits in the school year. I'm not saying this upcoming summer that I won't try and do edits. I'll try and do my best as I can.
Yeah.
So
Just summer's a busy time for a lot of people, but that's besides the point. But just um, so yeah, like obviously you met me in the postseason. Obviously, we went live together a lot during the 2021 postseason. If you guys like the
that's my
OG,
first.
then you guys know what was going on. So and what kind of motivates you just to join my lives every day because like you are on the live, you join my lives, I get you on like at least maybe
Constantly.
twice a week, honestly.
Yeah, like constantly I would join those lives. I haven't for like the most week been busy, but when I can, I always try and join.
That's what's up. Also, I want to ask you about your baseball career and how that's working out for you. What position do you play and kind of motivates you to play the game and what
So
motivates you to play that position?
so I can play a lot of positions. I can play outfield, I can play first base, I can play pitcher. I want to do pitcher. Pitcher sounds like my favorite position to do. Just because pitcher, like I want to be in the game. Like I want to be mostly in the game. I want to be in every single play. Like, I feel like some people just like they like the position they like. That's like the ball doesn't always go to you. And if you have the ball in your hand every single time while you pitch, it's more entertaining, if you would say. And I can't do shortstop or third or second because I'm a lefty. And if I were a lefty, I'd have to turn all the way around, throw the ball, and that'd be a lot of work. But I've been motivated since I've been motivated about baseball since when I've been a little kid. My uncle um, always have baseball on at my aunt's house. I'd always watch it. I always ask about questions, ask like how this works and all that. And it's why I'm actually a Dodger fan for the most of my life. I've been a Dodger fan my entire life. I'm a lot of other fans too. If you check my Instagram, I tell my whole bio and stuff. But that's besides the point. Baseball, I've just been passionate about. I mean, I'm gonna play it in high school, hopefully. But that doesn't happen until April, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. I'm gonna keep on. I was gonna say I was gonna practice this summer, but again, I've been really busy, which kind of sucks. But hopefully, the school year I'm going to work out a lot and get into shape before the season starts in April.
Yeah, but I mean, you got 8 months, and all you can do as a player is just like grind. Like anytime you can find out, I know your schedule's pretty skeptic from knowing you, but anytime you can grind, you got to grind. You're trying to play
Mm-hmm.
high school baseball, so
Well, high school baseball is also difficult, and hear me out because you have to fight for your spot every single time. It's not just a given spot; you got to fight for it.
and here's the thing with playing at a professional level or even like the little league level, like in a factor that goes into it too. And I think it puts a lot of pressure on players is grades. Like you got to be passing your stuff or you can't stay on the team. Like that is a huge stress level for high school baseball, I feel like. And if you're a high school baseball player, you have probably went through that and you guys probably understand where I'm going.
I mean, I played for 2 years of middle school. I played for my baseball team. We sucked. Our team was not. It was hard to maintain grades, honestly. I still went to practice and I kept on failing classes, and they left it the way it was for some reason. I'm just surprised they didn't say, no, go do your grades. And we had our last game. My teacher came out like, hey, he's failing this class. Like, it's all right. This is our last game, so we're good. But I'm trying to maintain my grades for whatever sport I play. Like I can play baseball, I can probably play basketball or any sports in high school. Like I might even do swimming class, like track, maybe track to because track you need that will probably help your legs and your because you need a strong leg in order to pitch. So
Yeah,
uh
you really do.
so yeah, so my uncle said maybe you should do some track around the year, help you with your legs, do as much as you can, wait for the baseball season. So, and my uncle's helped me ever since to like become a baseball player. I wanted to start becoming a baseball player around like, I want to say about 40. No, I started playing like CT ball. Let's see. I want to say about 6 years. And I finally asked him like, hey, can you help me out? Like, I also want to try and be a pitcher. Like when we started that about a couple years ago, and honestly, it's been pretty good. And I'm just gonna keep on grinding and grinding for like the 4 years I have in high school. Hopefully, get like maybe to college, like a scholarship. Like I want to go to UCLA and hopefully be like a D1 scout. Hopefully in the near future. Um, hopefully be in the minors, get to the majors. And when I get to the majors, this is my goal personally. I want to help people that I know. I want to give back to my community. Like all I want to do is a baseball player. Like I want to have fun and I want to give back. That's my dream as a professional baseball player.
That's what's up. And yeah, that's kind of my goal is to get back to the baseball community, like motivate people to start playing and watching the game and just have fun with it. Like don't be under a lot of stress if you're trying to create content. Like that's another thing. Like I try and motivate people to start creating baseball content on any level, whether it's like the TikTok way or just the editing way, like or just like IRL way. Like I just motivate you guys to create any baseball content you guys can. Get your hands on as much content as you can. I think that's a big thing. But
Yeah,
don't overwork yourself and don't put yourself on a stressful level. Just have fun with it. And if you don't do it to have fun, then here's my question for you. Why do you do it if you don't have fun with it? Because
it's
oh
just gonna. What are you doing? It's not fun. It's gonna stress you out. Like don't do it if it's not for you.
yeah, like don't get me wrong, if you get to the highest part and I'm at my highest part right now, there will be times where you go through a lot of stress, but at the end of the day, you realize, hey, this is fun. This is fun for me. I want to keep doing it no matter what the stress level I'm on with it. But the big thing, if you don't reflect on, I do it because it's fun, then that's where I'm like, why do you do it? So that's a huge thing. Like, if you're going to create content, don't do it and stress yourself.
Don't put
Do it
yourself
and
in
have
any
fun with it.
stress. Don't put yourself in any stress of something you don't want to do,
Exactly.
or or do it because someone wants you to do it. Don't be forced to do it for someone. Just do it for you. And if you don't like it, then you don't have to do it. That's all we're trying to say. Like if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. If you want to do it for the game of baseball and what and you if you like it. If not, then don't do it or else it's just gonna be a whole mess.
Exactly. I think you just said a great thing right there. Do it for baseball, do it for the game. That's that's the most important thing here. We're all trying to grow the game. You're trying to grow the game. I'm trying to grow the game. You're trying to have fun with content. I'm trying to have fun with content. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, next thing I want to talk about is as of the day we're recording this is August 21st, which means the Little League Classic is tonight. It is 6 o'clock Eastern right now, so the game will already start by the time this video comes up. But who do you think's gonna win the Little League Classic, and what impact do you think it puts on these kids?
And it's between the Orioles versus the Red Sox, correct?
It is.
Mm, I mean, I feel like whoever wins, it'll have a bigger impact on them in their young professional, hopefully career. Like professional career. Like if you think about it, a lot of kids did play who are probably now stars now or in the minors right now who played like what they're doing tonight. It probably helps a lot in their careers and um like see. My favorite player, Cody Bellinger, he literally played in the Little League series, and look where he is now, and honestly helps a little. It helps it gives them motivation and strength and hope that they'll make it to the majors one day. So whoever wins, good for them, and hopefully it gives them a little bit of confidence and boost. And the team that loses tonight, keep your head up high because you still got a long way to go, and just don't keep stopping. That's all I gotta say. Just if you lose tonight, keep on going. It's not the end of the world. You shouldn't play the best. You can't always win all your games. That's all I gotta say. You can't. If you win all the games, what's the point of the game? So, yeah, that's what I think.
Exactly. And I know we probably got some kids who are in the Little League World Series right now watching my content and possibly even watching this video. So one thing to them is, what do you got for them? Like confidence boost, words of encouragement. What do you got?
Work your best. Do your best. Don't stress out. If you stress out, it's never gonna work. I've learned that from over the years of anything. If I stress out, I'm not gonna do well. If I'm calm, then I'm gonna do well on something that I like to do. So it might sound like it is a big game, trust me, but do your best. If you don't win, it's all right. It's not the end of the world. Just be confident and don't quit if it happens. Keep grinding, keep doing your best is all I gotta say.
Yeah, and for me, obviously, you're gonna get something from your boy Hayden Baseball because this is my podcast. So
Yeah.
here are so here are some words of encouragement to all the little leaguers out there who are in a level right now where they're there and grinding to win the chip or grinding to win the chip. Yeah, guys, just realize what you're a part of. I think that's a big thing. Like, don't overstress yourself. Like, just be humble about it. Like, think about it this way. I am a part of the Little League World Series in a way. I'm playing at least one game in the Little League World Series. Think about that and think about how awesome that is, and think about how lucky you are and how much grinding you put yourself through to be in that moment, because I feel like for you guys that's like an all-star game level type thing for you guys. So, yes, you're trying to win. You're there to win. But think about the fact you're there and don't take that for granted. Go out there, have fun. Have fun because you only get this opportunity once in a lifetime.
Play your heart
Take
out.
advantage of it.
Yeah. Just play your heart out. That's all you got to do. Play for the game. Play your heart out. Play for the game. Play for yourself. Have fun.
Yeah,
because you only get this once. So just reel it in and have fun.
Yeah, just think about your past and think about your present, and don't think about the future, because like there's been a lot of guys who have played Major League Baseball. They're in their type level right now that have showed huge dividends to being in the Little League World Series and just being a legend they are right now. Don't think about that. That could be you, but that's not what you're thinking about right now. You're thinking about trying to win the game, and you're thinking about the fact that you're there.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, guys. So yeah, one more topic, because I just got an alert that says the meeting's going to end in 10 minutes, or the recording's going to end for the Zoom.
Oh no.
So
you're quick.
So yeah, one more topic real quick. The Fernando Tati situation. Obviously, I haven't been on a podcast since the Tati situation, but what's your feeling? How do you feel about the Tati situation personally?
Look, me personally, I remember I got up, I ate, I saw the news that Tatis was suspended for 80 games. I was in shock. I was like, what? This man got suspended for 80 games for whatever excuse he used to treat ringworm, which his dad did back then with something different. If y'all can remember that his dad too did the same thing. And I remember immediately sending you the link personally about the Tatis thing, and you were in shock as well.
I was in shock. If you've seen my reaction, if any of y'all would have seen my reaction, it would have been
I
shocking because I
my
was
jaw
shocked.
just dropped. Like Tatis is supposed to be coming back. He just had a rehab going on. He was supposed to be back soon, and now he's out for 80 games. He's not going to play this year, and obviously, like it's a big blow to the Padres. But at the same time, they still have a new superstar on their team named Juan Soto. So the Padres will be all right without Tatis. But I have seen a lot of news and stuff that the Padres are very disappointed in Tatis. They're of like, why did you do this? This wasn't the right thing, and they're very disappointed in him. The organization, I don't see the fans disappointed in him a lot. I think it's just the organization and the managers, the owner, everything. Everyone's pretty much disappointed except the fans, because the fans are going to support him. The entire team and organization, his teammates are not happy with him of why he did that decision. And I think it wasn't a good idea to do that either way. Like he said in his statement, he said, it's been a tough time. I haven't been able to go back and play the game. And I got tested for positive like drugs. And he said it didn't happen before. I guess whatever he took, whatever was in that, got him tested positive, which kind of it messed him up clearly because he's suspended for 80 games. He won't play next year till like mid.
It'll be like May 13th, I've heard, or like around
Yeah,
that time. So he's gonna miss the
around
first month and a half.
May. Yeah, I wonder. Here's me. I wonder what's gonna happen. What's the fans' reaction? What's their teammates' reaction when he comes back? Because there's just been so many athletes that have just been their careers have got screwed,
Yeah.
and they've got a second chance, but that's still gonna stick with them for the rest of their pro baseball life and the fans' life. Like, oh, I remember this. So
Another thing I want to talk about with Tatis, and then we'll wrap things up. What's like your opinion on his Hall of Fame chances now? Because I've heard like they're going to be super limited, and possibly no Hall of Fame chances at all. So, what's
it
your personal
goes
opinion?
it goes back to Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds does not have a good chance anymore because he took steroids. And now that Tatis has taken drugs and is out for 80 games, it's looking, like you said, it's looking very limited in his Hall of Fame chances now. So if he doesn't do drugs anymore and if he has good seasons without using anything like Barry Bonds did, then he should be all right in the Hall of Fame. But I don't know because that wouldn't look like a good resume on the baseball pro Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I personally agree, and I got it. I gotta say the same opinion as you because like it happened to Barry Bonds and it could happen to Tatis. I think the only thing for Bonds, like he found it out later in his career, but for Tatis, he
It's
found it
happening
out
now.
early, or he
It's
did it
happening
early.
now. So there's the part. It's from. It's just a cycle. Like Barry Bonds was like one of the best players in baseball, and then he had to take steroids to be better. I'm sorry I'm going to the whole Barry Bonds thing, but I'm just saying it's really similar to Tatis. So Bonds was like the best, right? And he did awesome. He did everything, and he was technically he should have been in the Hall of Fame, but Big Poppy beat him, and I'm pretty sure because a lot of fans knew due to steroids back then. And Tatis now, the same thing. If let's say he retires one day, and it's between someone, a legend, and him, they're probably going to choose a legend because of Tatis using his enhancements that he used back then and, well, this year. So they'll have to revert back and they're like, okay, it's the whole Barry Bonds situation again. That's what it's going to be like. That's how I see it.
Yeah, and one more topic about the whole Tatis situation. Like at this point, a lot of people are wondering who's going to be the next face of baseball because yes, you can fight me on this, but Tatis was the face of baseball for a good little bit, like probably the last 2 years up until this moment.
But he's injured
So,
too much. So how can he be the face of baseball? That's the difficult part.
yeah, and I don't think MLB is going to support someone who took steroids, took the ringworm, And it leads to my next question: who's going to be the face of baseball? And I've narrowed it down to these 6 players:
We talked
Julio
about it last time.
Rodriguez,
So
Ronald Acuna
Rodriguez. We
Jr.,
talked. Let's see. Do. So 6 people, correct?
Yeah, I've narrowed it down to 6 people myself: Acuna, Rodriguez, Mookie Betts, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, and who is the 6th person? Wait.
I forgot who was it because we talked about it.
And if y'all saw my TikTok, y'all already know, because I'm going where I went with my TikTok. So
Who was the 6th person? It was J-Rod, Mookie Betts, Aaron Judge, Acuna, right?
yeah,
And who's the 6th person? But honestly, if we narrow it down to the people you're saying right now, for me, it's and Shohei. So it's between like Mookie and Shohei, honestly, because hear me out. Judge, phenomenal, right? I'll say give him a couple more years, he'll be the face of baseball for a while. Okay. Mookie and Shohei. Mookie, he's better. He's better than he ever was. From Boston to now LA, for being here for 13 dang years. And Shohei, he's young. He's a superstar. He's literally a two-way player. He literally is a DH and a pitcher.
and
Literally,
that's unreal.
that's literally Babe Ruth stuff. We're talking Babe Ruth. But if I'm choosing between Shohei and Mookie, I might just choose Mookie because he has more experience than Shohei. Just saying.
And
And
it's probably
Mookie
isn't going to change. I'm going to go real quick. My bad. So I figured out the 6th person. It's probably not going to change much, but Juan Soto is the 6th person.
I don't know about Juan Soto. Juan Soto's got a little bit more developing to do.
He does.
He's young, so but I'm taking my choice. I'm not being a biased fan. I know baseball a lot. I follow baseball. I'm taking Mookie Betts in the face of baseball soon because Mookie is experienced. He was disgusting. Like he I forgot what month it was when he went off for like 15 home runs and like a bunch of RBIs. I think it was maybe maybe a couple months ago or something like that. Came back from injury, and now he's back to what he does, hitting leadoffs, being clutch as normal, Mookie Magic as they call it. And Shohei is second because Shohei, first off, let me just say this: Shohei was the cover of this year's MLB The Show, and he was Cy Young and dominant still. But today, he was out today due to a stomach virus, which kind of sucks.
That does suck. And I guess that's going to be where we're going to have to end because the meeting's about to cut off. So before y'all go check out Reel. Go check it out. You guys won't regret it. I promise you. This is like the most of something I promised you. Also, please like,